Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Good Monday afternoon. Welcome into the Auburn Blitz. I'm Randy Lee alongside Jim Hardy, and we'll be with you until the 1 o'clock hour. 256-234-6221 is our phone number each and every day, Monday through Friday, Jim. Can't thank our great sponsors enough on this program to allow us to bring this show to you, and we've been doing it for a very long time. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensagreen Heating and Cooling and Insulation. It's heating right now, Jim Hardy. I bet out there on that beautiful piece of property that you own, you don't want the heater out, do you?
No, I definitely don't. And this time of year, we got a lot of kids in doing programs and stuff. Those kids, stay out in the woods when it's 20 and 30 degrees. So when they come in, they want it warm. Well,
when we segue, let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Your off organization. For those that are tuning in out there that don't know what you really do for a living and what you do for kids, talk about it a little bit, Jim.
Well, first off, Outdoor Friends Forever is just a group where we get special needs children into the outdoors. That could be fishing, that could be gardening, that could be hunting. We've been partnered with a lot of schools, like high schools, like right here in our local area, Benjamin Russell, and help build them what they call a Wild Bean Cafe, where they get to serve high school students every morning coffee and cookies and stuff like that. And it gives them a purpose to want to wake up and, be productive in life.
Yeah, and all that you've done, how long have you had off, and the hunts and the fishing excursions that y'all do? It's been 15 years or so?
This year, 17.
17 years. I knew it had been quite some time. So pull it up, Outdoor Friends Forever. Jim started that 17 years ago. He's got a beautiful piece of property up in Ray Community. Is that safe to say? Is it Ray Community?
That's correct.
Is that how you...
We got a caution lights. What we got?
That's right. Close by here. So check it out, Outdoor Friends Forever. Jim, got a national championship game going to be played tonight. I don't know that if we started the season and I were to look over at you and said it's going to be Indiana and Miami, that we would have believed that was going to be the case. But nonetheless, that's who we've got. And honestly, Miami has had a couple of tough ball games, but Indiana hasn't. Right now, Indiana looks like the best team in the country, don't they?
Yeah, I think they finish it off tonight. I mean, just the age and the ability and playing experience that their players have got. They've been there and they've seen it. Now Mario's put together a great thing, and he's went along with, you've referred to his philosophy several times of just going out there and buying a quarterback and buying pieces to go in it, and it's worked for him. It's got him there. I mean, Carson Beck literally said it. I was watching some of the interviews they did for the press conference for the national championship game, and a person literally asked him, like, well, how does school go, and how does this happen and that happen? And he said, I ain't get to school in 2 years. He said, I graduated. He said, I go to the complex all day, every day, and watch film and study.
It's a job. Yeah. It is a job, and the highest bidder wins those key quarterbacks that can come in. And is Carson Beck the only reason that team's there? Absolutely not. I mean, he's built within to go along with it. But the thing that I like that Cristobal's doing, and I would highly recommend Auburn, which we'll see us do that this year with Byron Brown, is, if you want to go and recruit a high school kid and him be a 5+ star guy, and you get that quarterback in, you better hope and pray that he's reasonable, because with the transfer portal the way that it is, the odds of a very young kid showing up on campus and beating out a bunch of 22, 23, and 24-year-old men is very, very small. And I, as an Auburn fan, am hopeful we don't go that path anymore. The last 2 cycles, I've gotten completely behind the 2 quarterbacks that we recruited. Walker White a couple of years ago, to me, he looked the epitome of what I'm looking for in a quarterback. To me, he's a lot like Byron Brown. Now, has he played and had an opportunity to prove that? No, but I'm talking the skill set out of high school. Big, strong, physical, downhill, go get me 4 yards, running the football when needed. Inside the 20, 15, 10-yard line, my quarterback can run it in with a physical, downhill style of play. And the big arm that you can, expose defenses down the field. That's the reason I'm excited about Byron Brown. Then lose him after a year. Next year we go out over in the state of Mississippi and get one of the top high school quarterback recruits we've ever had committed to Auburn, and he moves on after playing a little over one ball game at Auburn. I don't see the use in spending any money to keep those 5-star plus guys around. Jim, to me, I think everything's set up the way that it should be at Miami. And you go get a guy and bring him in and pay him whatever the market is. It's what Auburn's paying Byron Brown $3.5 million. We're not getting this on the cheap. You know, could he maybe get a little bit more than that on the open market? Possibly. But $3.5 million is nothing to sneeze at. If next year's 4 or 5, do that. But what I don't like, and I'm glad that you segued to that, what I don't like is spending $1 million in back-to-back years with maybe the player that's got a couple of $1 million from you moves on, and then he goes to Ole Miss beside you and plays for them for what you developed with your money. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it's the concept. I mean, to me, you've got coaches that are looking for certain things. Obviously, Mario is an O-line guy himself from nature. I think he was O-line coach with Saban at one point on his staff. He knows that you build it from within. So if you went and looked at their NIL, the money they're spending on those front lines. I mean, their defensive line is one of the best I've seen.
Yeah, defensive ends, probably the 2 best together in the country.
Yeah.
And they're physical. You know, when the game gets going, you know, you take that final drive that they had to make it to this championship game. There's no part of me that thought anybody, now Indiana may, but from what I've seen, no one was going to stand up to those 2 physical running backs in the backfield for Miami, and they not just keep leaning on you and bull the ball into the end zone. Beautiful. I love that brand of football.
And that's one of the aspects, if you get, I was kind of flipping through some of the statistics this morning, getting ready to watch a ball game tonight. Most people don't realize that Miami has put up a bunch of yards on the ground without a running quarterback. Carson's not out there running.
No, absolutely.
They came into Texas A&M, and I think it was like 150, 175 on them. The next guy in line, all the way up the ladder, they've just put it on them with the old style, line up and run it down your throat.
And do the same on the defensive side. And, you know, you look at the semifinal game that they won.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Ole Miss, they protected Chambliss as good as you could. I mean, they didn't get hardly any pressure. Now, they got rid of the football quick. Not a lot of things down the field. But the other games that we've seen Miami in, it felt like 92 Alabama. It felt like Quentin Groves and Stanley McGlover type of games where their edges are not going to block you.
Yeah, and that, you know, back in the old school, the Curry and Copeland kind of days.
Yeah.
And them boys met in the middle every play.
They did, and it felt like that, but Ole Miss did a great job, but it still didn't allow Ole Miss on the defensive side of the ball to be able to contain Miami. So I think it sets up, because of the style of game, to be a great one tonight.
Yeah.
And
I don't think you're fixing to see a 50-40.
I don't. And for all of the arguments about the transfer portal and NIL, Jim, we're getting true parity in football. We're getting a lot more parity in football than we have. The programs that haven't been run well, like Auburn, it doesn't help you. But the programs like Indiana that are willing to go out there and spend the money and get a coach that can put processes in place to win football games and to go old, like Auburn did last year in basketball. I mean, the rules don't say you can't go old. And a 23-year-old man's a lot different than a 17, 18-year-old kid for me. And I think it worked out well for Auburn in basketball, and it's working out well for Indiana. So, you know, maybe that's the blueprint for colleges moving forward until things change, because that's partly the reason I think Indiana's got the edge tonight.
Yeah, no, and what is it now? 6.5, I think I saw it was.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's pretty good, you know, for the style game that's going to be played. I expect it to be that, you know, 24-21 kind of game.
6:30 on ESPN tonight. College football national championship game. That one's at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Being in Miami, does that help Miami?
Oh yeah, you know it does.
I think it will, but I think Indiana's so rabid. That's just part of the storyline to begin the game, is what's the discrepancy in the fans in the stands.
Yeah, but think about preparation. You got to stay at home the whole time.
Sure.
You got to stay in your environment.
Yep.
You didn't have to travel. There's no jet lag. There's none of that stuff going on. So something that could cause a problem in the first quarter because Indiana's trying to get you settled in the environment. Miami's already been there and seen that.
256-234-6221. Get your prediction in on the national championship game tonight. Another storyline that seems to be going all over, Jim, is how many teams is this going to end up being? Mark me in as we've got enough now. The moment it goes to 16, 24, and it just keeps on going up from there, at what point it'll be never ending. I didn't like the BCS setup because, of course, Auburn missed out a couple of times that we should have had an opportunity to be in it. But the moment that you're complaining whether you are the 13th, 14th, or 15th best team in the country and deserve to get into that 12th spot, enough's enough. That's where I stand on it. How about you?
Well, I mean, for me, you get the old business approach of there's a point of diminishing returns.
Agree.
At some point, 24 to me is too much. Like the numbers being thrown out right now is either 16 or 24. Yeah. 24 is way too far because look at a 24 place. You know, we got a top 25. My God, what can the 24th place team play against number one? That don't even make any sense. Like that's not even a fair fight. And even the numbers show you that. What's weird is everybody that's getting a bye. I think so far the first 2 years of this thing, it's 1-7 for a team that got a bye. They're losing every time getting a bye.
So they may as well go ahead and go to that 16 number and keep it.
Keep it.
I think that is the –
they all play each other.
I think that's the happy spot. Get to the 16. Stop there. Don't keep extending this thing out because it will diminish the regular season. And say what you will, but when you and I were growing up in the 80s and you and I living through the 90s, if you lost a football game in the regular season, it could be the death spiral to a championship opportunity, which made all of them uber important. And when you keep adding teams on top of it, you take away that importance to me a little bit. And I don't think that's good for the game, and I don't think it's good for the difference that we love about college football or did love about college football in comparison to the NFL and others. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Runner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top-quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
At Glenn Smith Chevrolet, let's kick off 2026 with a bang. We will not be undersold. Chevy Traverse with 3-row seating up to $7,250 off. The impressive Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off. Enjoy no payments until springtime. At your lowest price guaranteed today. Smart people from all over the USA come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back into the Auburn Blitz, presented by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and Sensagreen, heating, cooling, and insulation. Sensagreen, if it's cold in your house, if your system needs a little upgrade, give Sensagreen a call, 334-487-3555. Really working in overtime over in the Auburn and Opelika community, but our good friend Wade Bennett, who will hopefully be up here with me in the next couple of weeks to do a couple of these shows, Wade said they're growing by leaps and bounds in the Lake Martin community. So Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, can't thank them enough. Just mindlessly scrolling as I do, Jim, during the break right there, saw this tweet. And, breaking with Seton in the bag, LSU has spent $45 to $50 million on this class, making it the most expensive college football team ever. Whew. We're in wild times, aren't we?
Well, I mean, as they called it, the Wild Wild West. The problem for Lane is now he better produce.
Better produce, but
if he doesn't win with that.
Even when I, a couple of years ago, stomached that Ohio State went out, came over to Ole Miss, picked up a running back from Pike Road, went to Alabama, pulled Alabama's Caleb Downs, who I thought was one of the best defensive players in the conference the year before. Spent a little over $20 million on that roster. Mm-hmm. When I stomached that, man, this is the direction we're going. I don't think that even then I could have fathomed that only a few years later we're going to be spending upwards of $50+ million on a roster. But here we are, Jim, and how does this sustain itself? That's the question I have for those of you tuning in out there. How in the world? I mean, I know people have got deep pockets. You know, I know that there are boosters out there that love nothing more than their college fandom, and they get spiffs back in return. But, Jim, how does that sustain itself in the long haul? What am I missing?
I don't even think for the people you're talking about with deep pockets, it's the same we referred to in the playoffs. There's a diminishing return at some point because if, I don't know, let's take a Cuban that may be funding Miami. If he puts $50 million into them, he may do it for giggles one year, but he's not going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have $50 million to just keep throwing out the window.
Even if it's, $10 million, $20 million a pop year after year, even if it's oil money, even if it's deep booster roster like Indiana's got, I think that they have the largest active what did I see on that? I think Indiana has the largest living alumni
base.
Is it 850,000? It's a massive number.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember the exact number, but it was way up, like something you wouldn't expect.
No, when I saw it, I was shocked by that. But 45 to 50 million, LSU's already spending. Just wild. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Yeah, how's it going today, fellas?
Great to hear from you.
Yes, sir. I just want to call in and talk a little bit of Auburn. Really appreciate the opportunity to get on the show, and I really enjoy the show, to be honest with you.
Thank you, Jeremiah. We appreciate you. You can call in every day from 12 to 1. It's open lines. That's what we enjoy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, y'all are talking a lot about Indiana, but if you don't mind, I'm going to shift just for a second about Auburn.
Please.
I really just want to see what y'all thought about it. But one thing I really appreciate about what Golish and his team is doing, man, is they are going after exactly what we need. And when I mean exactly, I mean, I was a little nervous about the offensive line. Then they started attacking that. Then I was worried about the leadership on the offensive line. Then they finished that out just the other day. And then they did the same thing kind of on the defense. And then you just look at every room, and every room might not be filled with like elite players, but it's filled with solid dudes. Now we do have two positions I feel like are really elite, but I just think that it's really solid groups. Like there's no real weak spot, and especially when he has filled it in with some depth. I mean, man, I just think it's a really solid football team, to be honest with you.
I do too, and I like the pieces from South Florida that come in and they know each other and the coaches know them and know the strengths, know the system. To me, it feels like as many of those players that the coaching staff feels can really produce on this level, the more of those that we can get, the better, because it's a culture deal. And in this first year, if you got a quarterback like Golish has coming in and you can build around that and you can put a solid product out there on the field, that's what we've missed in the last couple of hires. And I'm with you. I feel really good about the direction that we're going.
Jeremiah, I know you do a great program. I get to watch a little bit of it on TikTok and on YouTube that you do as well. Tell everybody out there listening who you are.
Yeah, man. I am just a 35-year fan of Auburn. I live in Mississippi now. I grew up in Florence, Alabama. As we all know, when you grow up in Alabama, you're going to choose a side, and I just chose Auburn because I met Bo Jackson. So that's just basically how that happened when I was 10 years old. And now that I live in Mississippi, I basically turned to my wife and I said, man, I have nobody to talk to Auburn about. And she said, well, start a YouTube page, start a TikTok page, get your name out there. So I just started doing that as of about a month ago, and all I do is Auburn. I mean, I just study Auburn, love Auburn, and literally I have no other hobby. And as you can tell when you watch my shows, I mean, I go in depth a little bit. I kind of taking my time getting there, but I'm about to start doing that a little bit more. I just wanted to get a kind of a subscriber base, But anyway, I just started a page, and then y'all, like it, and some other people like it. So I figured, hey, what the hey, just keep on going with it.
Well, we'll continue to promote you, and you continue to call in, okay, Jeremiah?
I do. Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say. This is like the first time, and I don't know if y'all have noticed, but this offensive line, and I just wanted to say this, we now have a full senior offensive line, and every single guy on that offensive line is 6'4", 305 pounds or bigger, which I don't know the last time that we can say that. We've always had a couple undersized players, JUCO players, but these are all solid, all five of them that are going to start. have 1 year of eligibility, and they're big dudes. And this is really exciting to actually have some decent-looking trenches. I just had to say that.
Thank you, Jeremiah. We appreciate the phone call. And what Jeremiah says there is also the direction that we were going with Indiana earlier. That's an old team. You know, if you've got a bunch of guys that you're throwing out there that have had as many snaps as the ones that Auburn are bringing in, I'll take my chances with, even if they weren't the high 4- and 5-star guys coming out of high school, if they've taken a lot of snaps in college football and they're 22, 23, 24 years old, in comparison to my opposition that maybe is 19 or 20, I like my chances. So a very good point that Jeremiah makes there. And our phone lines, as we just said, open the entire hour of the program here at lunch, 256-234-6221.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in Central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
$50 million college football teams were there. If I'd have told you that 5 years ago, you'd have laughed me away from the mic here. If I'd have told you 3 years ago, you'd have said you're crazy. But there we are, LSU now with, I'm guessing, the first $50+ million roster that they'll throw out there to go along with their, $14, $15 million a year coach with the big contract. It's wild times, kind of funny to think back to what their governor said.
Oh, yeah.
Only a few months ago. You want to talk about an interview with a governor that makes no sense now when you hear the numbers coming out. But nonetheless, 256-234-6221, that's where our sport that we've loved for our entire life has gone, Jim. And I don't think that it's coming back. So learn to embrace it. Now, the difference from one year to the next is the wild thing. You know, a couple of years ago, if you'd have told me Cam Ward was getting $2 million a year from Miami, I would have said, yep, if we'd have just spent the two, if we'd even been willing to offer the one, we could have had probably the best quarterback in the portal and could have gotten him to Auburn and maybe piecemealed a decent year together. But that, too, looks completely on the cheap, even in a 2-year cycle. And you did a little research on that, Jim.
Yeah. Oh, you want some numbers?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The New York Times and Sports Illustrated released a list stating what a starting player in Division I football can get from one to the other. So like a college quarterback in Division I football starter is garnering, as the numbers as of this last year and year before, $1 to $4 million. So being, like you said, last year's top guy was 4. Now this year's top guy is 6 and 7. And, I mean, that number keeps climbing.
It feels like that in every position, but especially that one because it's so difficult to get that one right. And
because we went out, if I'm not mistaken, went out and got Jackson, and we gave him a little over 2.
Yeah, I think if the number was right, $2.5 million.
Yeah. Does the same Jackson with the same issues that he had, like not knowing what we know about him, how he played with Auburn, but if he was coming from Oklahoma to Auburn this year, does he get the 2.5 or does he get the 3.5?
Well, I mean, Byram's gets 3.5, and he could have gotten more if he doesn't choose to go, which is crazy. But I do think that market is now crazy. It can get up to 5 or 6. Now, where is the consistent number? Probably between the 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. But even with that being said, I mean, the top ones are going to get that. And, you know, the blueprint that Miami has used is working out for them, and they're playing the national championship game. And the blueprint that Indiana is using is working out for them, and go out there and get the best quarterback on the market and put the rest of the team together along with him and coach them up right and build them up in a culture and a process that works. And now you get, you know, 2 ex-Alabama assistant coaches coaching against one another in a national championship game with a different process in place, but still coaches that you already know can coach them up. But you got to have the Bo's and the Joes. We already know that. And you and Andy had this conversation last week, and I didn't have a chance to kind of give my take on it. But it's really hard right now when you're talking about those numbers right there, Jim, to put together a roster for less than $30 million, isn't it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I literally the show a while back, I literally gave Andy $30 million and said we're going to finish 15 on offense and 15 on defense. You couldn't, to get a quality lineup all the way through there, you couldn't do it.
That's the very hard part of where is this going and how do you corral it in, because once it's out of the bottle, buddy, putting it back in is exceptionally difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it on this show before, like the government stepping in, make some regulations. If private equity steps in and says, okay, hey, like they've done with Utah, we're going to buy it. Well, as I've told you before, it's just a pen and a piece of paper to them. It's not a player. They're only willing to spend X amount of dollars. So does that somehow make a cap with private equity saying, we're giving Utah $500 million for your sports program, but our bottom line says you are only getting $30 million for football, period?
That is the wild thing, because there is Title IX sitting in there, and there is federal funds that are going, which is mine and your tax dollars, that are going to these universities and these facilities, and how all of that factors in. At some point, you feel I hate getting governments involved. Trust me, I'm in a week right here that I'm covering. I'm not in the negotiation. I'm just trying to keep up with it because I'm expected to from the Alabama High School Athletic Association standpoint. So I've been watching every podcast and listening in to everyone out there talk about it. And the moment the government gets involved, to me, I've dealt with the government. But, Jim, I have dealt firsthand with the government the last couple of years on an organization that I've worked with. And it's a department in the government. It's the state of Alabama. It's the worst run organization I've ever been a part of.
Oh, there's no.
I cannot explain to everyone out there how poorly I think this organization's run. And what little they get in return for the federal dollars that they've gotten in. It's eye-opening how bad things can get run. So, no, do I want the government to step in and have any say-so in any of our sports? But I think college sports is so far gone that until they do, because they are sending that much money toward these schools, that it'll never get corralled in.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it's the games that's going on like tonight. If they're, one of these big networks is bringing in $100 million for this game, they've got the money to push back out there and keep this thing going. As long as fans, that's where the part of it's going to come into where it could break, is the fans get tired of it and say, we're not tuning in.
I don't think any of us will get tired of it as long as our school's involved. Yeah. But the moment we're not involved, I think a lot of us have already checked out. And count me in. Mm-hmm. I'll tune in tonight, but I'm not tuning in most of the time throughout the year. I'm just over it. 256-234-6221 is our phone number. Give us a phone call.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
A fresh start begins at home. This new year, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is bringing comfort your way with maintenance inspections starting at just $29 and installations as low as $50 a month. Start the year right with Dixie.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open, located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back into the Auburn Blitz, presented by J.A. Smith Construction and Sense of Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Also, one of our great partners here on this program is Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, 2 great locations, one in Montgomery and one in Auburn. And as hungry as I am right now, it's getting me a little bit excited about what's to come here at 1 o'clock, which is eating something.
Where they're located in Auburn, for most people that hadn't been there yet, we do, and you brought it up earlier in the show, so I'll say it again. Our program, when we do events, we go to Auburn and go to the Sam's out there and buy thousands of dollars worth of food at a time, because I feed around 100 people a meal for a whole weekend of people. Well, literally, they're right on the corner, right there by that thing, and I've been there and got ribs. Brought Andy back Conecuh burgers, and you couldn't ask for a better place. They're so friendly. The food is so good. And it's not like I've gone and bought ribs before from a grocery store, and they're good, but these things, like they killed 2 cows and stuck them together. They're so thick.
Brett, who's a good cook, has gotten to where that's what he does. You know, he can't compete with what they go ahead and cook there. So stop by and see our friends at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Our phone line is open, 256-234-6221. Let's talk about the transfer portal. It's officially closed. Tigers' latest additions. Let me run through these before I go to this phone line. Kamari Todd, a cornerback. Jack Lair, offensive tackle. Jacob Strand, an offensive tackle. T.J. Hidrick, an offensive tackle. So picking up 3 of those here recently. An edge, Deshaun Womack. Safety, and Jack Luttrell. Scrap Richardson is a cornerback, and then Walter Mathis, another defensive lineman. Coming from some great programs. Quite a few of these are elder statesmen, which is what we talked about a little bit earlier. I like that. It doesn't mean that you have them for long. But you're putting an old roster out there on the field, especially at the offensive line position. Your thoughts on that out there, and let's go to the phone lines. Caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
We're great, James. Glad to have you.
Man, they could put half of most of the toothpaste back in the tube if they wanted to.
How can they do it, James? Yep, tell me.
Real simple. Where are the presidents of the colleges at? All the presidents of the colleges got to get together. It just won't look like what we trying to do. What are we trying to do, man? We trying to win for a little brown trophy for $50 million and then within 2 weeks, it's forgotten about. And then the next year, we got to win for $60 million, try to raise money for $60 million for a football team. The reason the presidents can, all of these colleges, you can put this back in the toothpaste or have most way in the toothpaste is this here. The judge ruled that you pay all athletes $20 million. Now, if the president go to their athletic department and say we paying $20 to $30 million for all athletes since you added players, that's it. Any, like Andy say, any name, image, and likeness, they go out there and get it on their own. If they don't go out there and get it on their own, because it ain't going to be that many people paying that big money for the name, image, and likeness. Bo Nix had one for Milo, paid him $5,000 on a tea he wanted to drink. There ain't going to be no billion dollar name, image, and likeness. So if your president is allowing player like Jim was talking about the other day to come in after, you guys were talking about the other day, to come in after the last day of school so that we can get football players in here, they're complicit as anybody else. But if they go back and get like-minded schools to say, look, we just going by, which is Dabo, he getting $12 million, but which is Dabo and them is saying pretty much. You get teams like Wake Forest and all them, that's why I said it won't look normal, to come in because they don't want to put all this money in no program for no players. You get like-minded teams to come in and say, let Ohio State and Texas Tech pay all these $50 and $60 and $100 million for these players. Let them look like fools out there. And get these presidents to come in and put the toothpaste back in the bottle and let it roll like when the lady said, $20 million or $30 million for your whole program. And forget trying to go and win a little brown trophy for 1 year, which will be forgotten about in 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, you got to go rush out and try to find $50 million for the next program. Look how it look. It look crazy. You paying players millions and millions and $750,000 to sit over there on campus that don't go to school, and you got professors ain't making $200,000. And no, Congress ain't gonna do nothing because the conservative got the House and the Senate. They can pass a bill if they want to, and I don't blame them. This is not no collective bargaining agreement thing. This ain't no commissioner. This is the president of the school. If they all get together, they can channel this back. And I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
James,
passion, if I ever heard it.
I mean, racket. I can't spill it out any better. And you just made my day, James, by the way. We have gone from a Milo's deal for Bo for $5,000 and all the tea he wanted to drink up until where we are now.
Yeah.
And it didn't take long. It did not take long at all to get to now a $50 million roster that those players don't have to generate any of it themselves.
His theory on it is great in one side in that we could, like we talked about government, private equity, somebody come in and set a limit on what the school or what the collective can pay. But you'll never stop outside of it unless you make some type of rule for that. You can't tell Bo Nix he can't go get his sweet tea.
No.
So if they're going to give him, if Auburn's only going to give him $100,000, let's say to play ball, and Milo's going to give him another $100,000.
That was always the intent to begin with.
Correct.
And I think all of us were like, that's a great intent.
Sure.
You know, you're going to have to hire an agent. He's going to have to go out there and market it. You're going to have to do what the pros do outside of the contracts that they sign with the teams that they play for. But we're so far from that.
I think this is just a wild one to throw out there, but I think you eliminate their availability to go out there and sell their name on a poster or something, make it all jersey and athletic sales, and they get that after the
I think that when it's $50 million, you're not worried about doing all of that.
No.
When you're getting $4 million a year to play quarterback, who cares what I get on that other end? I need to concentrate here.
You don't even want any sweet tea anymore.
It's wild. 256-234-6221. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Central Alabama. This is our home. It's where we work, where we play, where we raise our families and grow old. And in the unfortunate event we become sick with cancer, thanks to UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center, this is where we heal also. We have invested in new technologies and expertise so that now we're able to treat all sorts of cancers and you never have to leave Tallapoosa County. UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center. Compassionate, convenient, collaborative cancer care right here at home.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The office is on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Andy Graham, if you're tuning in out there, buddy, one, get well. We want you back as soon as we can get you back. But secondly, I'm not going to get to a lot of this sheet today. So no need in you wasting any time putting anything together tomorrow because we'll have plenty to run down. I did want to go down a couple of these that were the most interesting to me from Andy here. And first off, total production lost and gained so far in the portal. That's an important number, isn't it, Jim?
Sure.
Now you can say that it's at a different league. It's not in SEC play, blah, 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 blah. But if I'm looking what I lost and how much they produced, and I'm looking at what I've got coming in and how much some of them have played, because I think that that's the number that you're looking for, you got to like the direction that Golish is going in. For the offensive side, 2,365 yards passing, 11 passing touchdowns, and 4 INTs is what we lost. What's Auburn added in the portal? 3,633 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, and 10 INTs. I would call that a win. On running the football, Auburn lost 954 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns last year. What do we have coming back? 2,480 rushing yards. Another win for Auburn. 178 receptions, 2,043 yards, and 11 touchdowns. What we lost. And we did lose some key contributors at receiver, but what did we bring in? The same 178 receptions for more yardage, 2,565 yards, and way more touchdowns, 25 touchdowns. Part of that could be quarterback play, but the quarterback's coming with them. So I would call that a win, even though I don't want Malcolm or Cam to head on, but the production's there with what we're bringing in. And all of that being said, this next one's the most important one to me, and then I'll kick it to you. 12 offensive line starts we lost off of last year's group. Mm-hmm. How many we bring in out of the 33 players that we've gained in the portal? 41 offensive line starts. I had a caller earlier talk about 3 seniors coming in for this offensive line. All of them have taken a ton of snaps out there. Jim, that may be the most important stat of the bunch.
Oh, there's no question. In my book, offensive line is the most important because if you don't get that right, your plays don't run. And you're back looking at the team we looked at this year where Hugh Freeze's offense was getting 10 points a game, and you can't do that in SEC.
Defensively, not as many stats to look at individually, but here's the overall defensive stats. Auburn lost 175 tackles, 21 and a half tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 3 INTs, and 12 pass breakups. What have we gained? From 175 to 226, 226 tackles. A little down with the numbers that we lost in the tackles for loss, but up on sacks. 3 more sacks that we brought in than what we lost. INTs up and pass breakups up. So, if anything, slight wash. But, Jim, we didn't lose as much on the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of key returners coming back on this defensive team.
That was going to be one of the things I was going to bring up tomorrow, but we can go ahead and tease it today. I really think we've missed it when we talk about the portal. We need to cover on what we kept. Yeah. Because there was a lot of good pieces that stayed in this program that everybody thinks it's doomsday because what was it saying, 37 players left. Well, what about those other, because we're at 105 players, what about those other guys?
Well, this last little segment that Andy sent over is interesting. Because there's so many that are in the portal that are not going to end up on any team.
Correct.
I've seen upwards of half that end up in the portal. I mean, there's a reason. Sometimes the reason is you're Caleb Downs and you're getting offered twice as much money as somebody's paying you. But at other times, it's these names right here for Auburn that's in the portal. Would Auburn bring them back? I'll ask you, any of these players, do you think Auburn's going to ask them to come back? Tiger transfer still without a home. DJ Barber, linebacker, we know the situation there. Darrell Robinson at running back. Offensive lineman Seth Wilfred. Defensive lineman Antonio Coleman. Offensive tackle Broderick Shull. Defensive lineman James Ash. And tight end Hollis Davidson III. Any of those?
Zero.
You dying to have back?
Zero.
Sometimes when they jump in the portal, it's a number that's like, oh, man, everybody's leaving. No, some of them needed to leave. Some of them,
like me and Andy covered it a couple weeks back, some of it is player evaluations, and their coach went in there, Golish went in there and said, hey, at this time, Mr. Wilford, we just don't see an opportunity in our offensive line room.
Well, and a lot of it's development. And we didn't have much time to talk about Auburn basketball, but, buddy, if you don't see development coming with that basketball team, you're not watching the same thing I am.
Right.
Jovic played so good on Saturday.
If you get, that was my one takeaway from that ball game. The ball game you got from Djokovic there, if you get that with a Hall game and a Pettiford thrown in, they can play with anybody.
They need them.
Yeah.
They need development. Ira Bowman develops with the best of them. The same staff's there except Bruce. So give him a little time. Give Stephen and this staff that have all been retained a little time. They've developed for us before. I think they'll do it for us again. If we can get this team to the NCAA tournament, it's going to be a heck of a season, in my opinion, and build for the future. For Jim Hardy, I'm Randy Lee saying thanks for tuning in to the Auburn Blitz.